on Kasi TV, and this is Weekly Retro with me, Salina Naikuya. Abuajari streaming to you live from our studios inside Osu. You can join us on our social media handles at Kasi Television. And coming up, part of Kantamanto Market in Accra Central Business District has been gutted by fire. I'll bring you details as to how this incident happened. An election NDC wins disputed SENE West by 16 votes. Meanwhile, the Ghana Police Service has warned the general public against unlawful gatherings and demonstrations following the declaration of the 2020 election results, saying that such gatherings without prior notification amount to a breach of the Public Other Act 1994, Act 491. Bring you details of these stories and many others in sports, business, entertainment, and international news stories. Right after this, please do stay. And now to the main bulletin. The main opposition party, National Democratic Congress, has won the controversial SENE West parliamentary seat in the Bono East region. Provisional results shows that on Thursday, December 17, 2020, the NDC pulled 13,116 votes, beating the New Patriotic Party candidate by 16 votes after he pulled 13,100 votes. This means the NDC has equaled the NPP seat in Parliament. Both parties now have 137 seats in Parliament with one independent candidate. Both independents, but the independent MP-elect of Fomina has opted to sit with the NPP in the 8th Parliament. A court gave the green light for the final ballot box to be counted after it was snatched on election day. The box was later retrieved and the perpetrator arrested. After counting the ballot paper, the NDC candidates had 275, as against the NPP's 148, taking the total figures to 13,116 votes for the NDC parliamentary candidates and 13,100 votes for the NPP parliamentary candidates. And so an election, scores of supporters of the National Democratic Congress have once again marched up at the headquarters of the Electoral Commission at Rage in Accra. This forms part of the nationwide protest by the National Democratic Congress against the verdict of the 2020 general elections. Chairperson of the EC, Jen Mensah, on December 9 pronounced the New Patriotic Party's Nana Akufo-Addo president-elect based on the results of the just-ended polls. NDC presidential candidate John Dramani Mahama has rejected the results, describing it as fictionalized and rigged to favor the ruling NPP. On the back of this, protesters trooped the EC head office Thursday, clad in red attires and hoisting placards to demand that the commissioner reverses what they deem a stolen verdict. Some of these supporters blocked the flow of traffic, burnt tires in the middle of the road leading to the commission's building to register the agitation. But the intervention of the Ghana Police Service and the military brought demonstration to a halt, with the crowd dispersing briefly as the police quenched the flames using water cannons. The rest of the demonstrators were, however, spotted on the shoulders of the road not too far from the office. The security personnel have installed barricades to keep them from the EC's premises. Director of the operation for the Accra Regional Police Command, ACP Samuel Kwesi, we explained that their presence is to ensure that the development does not escalate. He also added that the Motor Transport and Traffic Directorate is available to ensure there is a free flow of vehicles as the protest caused heavy traffic on the race stretch. NPP supporters on Wednesday protested at the EC's regional office in Tamale and were simultaneously against the election verdicts. And now the presidential candidates of the All People's Congress, Hassan Ayariga, and 5 other presidential candidates who contested in the 2020 election have asked their fellow aspirants of the National Democratic Congress, John Dramani Mahama, to accept defeat or go court to seek redress. Mr. Ayaga also called for investigations to be conducted into the alleged brutalities of voters by the military during the elections. The 5 other candidates are David of the People's National Convention, Ivor Greenstreet of the Convention People's Party, Henry Helbert Latte of the Great Consolidated Popular Party, Kofi Akpalo of the Liberal Party of Ghana, and the independent candidate Kwame Asiedu Walker called for peace. Mr. Walker told the media that they are calling on John Mahama to accept the results as it is and implore him and his followers to take democratic processes.
It's appropriate that as leaders, we should come together and add our voice to the request for peace in Ghana, to a request for the reduction in tensions in our country.
And we want Ghana to be free and fair, but peaceful. So we are making a call to all political party leaders, all past presidential candidates, that all the rank and file and supporters of our parties, and all Ghanaians, that we should exercise restraint, exercise caution, and know that it is upon all of us, it behoves on every Ghanaian to work for peace, and that we need peace in Ghana.
We have political independence. What we need is economic independence, and let's do that to make Ghana great and strong.
We are also calling on the presidential candidate of former President John Mahama. For the fact that he has not accepted this is also democratic. But we implore on him and his followers to take democratic processes. Yes, protest is a form of democratic process, but it's indeterminate in the sense that you may not know what may happen during demonstration. Court, however, is the final place of arbiter where collated figures can actually be changed if there are facts to support that.
I would ask if anybody has an issue with the election, the best place is to go to court and seek redress, because that's the only solution that we have, go based on the CI that we have. But going on the street, destroying properties will not solve the problem. The best thing to do is to go to court. And when you go to court, we all learn from it.
I hear people say, no justice, no peace. But I want you to know, no peace, no justice. It is the other way around. So, we should all be encouraging a peaceful country, a peaceful atmosphere. Let's all disagree with the verdict of EC, and let's accept it. It will take us far, and we will have a very peaceful country.
And so on the election, the disputed results on the December 7, 2020 parliamentary election in the Techiman South constituency in the Bono East region can only be settled in court, the Electoral Commissioner said. The Deputy Bono East Regional Director of the EC, Mr. Anthony Yamibafi, told the Daily Graphic that once the Techiman South returning officer has publicly declared the new Patriotic Party candidate, Mr. Martin Ajayi Mensah, as the winner of the contest, nothing could be done about it by the EC. He explained that the only option open to parties disputing the result was to go to court to seek redress. The EC declared Mr. Kosa as the winner of the poll when he garnered 49,682 as against 49,205 obtained by the National Democratic Congress candidate, Mr. Christopher Beire. The presidential election, Nana Akufo-Addo of the NPP polled 48,268, while former President John Dramani Mahama of the NDC obtained 47,974 votes. Meanwhile, the EC said it cannot comment on the results of the SENE West elections since an injunction has been placed on them. The Ghana Police Service has warned the general public against unlawful gatherings and demonstrations following the declaration of the 2020 elections. According to the police, such gatherings without prior notification amount to a breach of the Public Order Act 1994 Act 491. This can lead to various penalties, including imprisonment. Police have been warned. The caution comes as the National Democratic Congress has engaged in a series of demonstrations in Accra, Techiman South, Tamale, and other places in protest of the outcome of the elections. The police has also warned that if any crimes are committed in the course of such unlawful demonstrations, all participants are jointly and severally responsible for such crimes. And now part of Cantonment Market in Accra's Central Business District has been gutted by fire. The inferno, according to an eyewitness, started from a place close to the Agboboloshi Market at about 10 p.m. Monday midnight. Though there were no casualties, property and goods running into hundreds of thousands have been lost as the fire razed many shops. Traders at the Cantonment Market are still counting huge losses following the fire outbreak in the Central Business District of Accra on Tuesday night. On Wednesday morning, affected traders at the sewing section of the market recounted that the fire destroyed scores of sewing machines together with bales of finished clothes and sums of money. Some of them wondered what the future holds, as the charring of their property meant loss of livelihoods for their families. These affected traders are pleading with government to intervene and ameliorate their plight. 2 weeks ago, a portion of the first floor of the Ghana Commercial Bank Liberty House building in the same area was gutted by fire.
Bachwa bi so ba betu ye wa anu a sa media eni eni gie mu e bi che se ha ye kunu ha ye mpra ha ye ma ha ye bibia ye bi so su a ha na mo dane o mati ba na mo abefre na yesu adane ye nimu ama wom ba sa me betu ye wan se eni eni gie mu e de nti na wo se ba no sa ye.
On our health story, the Ministry of Health, with support from its partners, has launched and disseminated Ghana's reproductive, maternal, newborn, child, and adolescent health nutrition strategic plan for 2020 to 2025. The 5-year strategic plan is designed to provide direction to health and relevant non-health stakeholders toward ending preventable deaths of women, newborn, children, and adolescents. Ms. Gifty Tina Na Ayelemensa, Deputy Minister of Health, who launched the document for onward dissemination, commended the Ghana Health Service and other key partners for improving upon country's health care delivery service. Dr. Patrice Kuma Abuaji, the Director General of the Ghana Health Service, earlier in his welcoming address raised some key issues, including the gains that were being made in areas such as improved antenatal and postnatal coverage, reduction in low birth weight, as well as maternal death audits. And the Methodist Church is working in close partnership with the Setra Central District Assembly to develop the Chia Prayer Mountain into a monumental, sacred religious tourist center. Right Reverend Robert Osmone Sean, Bishop of the Fijasi Diocese of the Methodist Church, who made this known, said the mountain was now one of the most attracted areas for spiritual renewal, and it was important to provide facilities to help visitors. It has since become the most preferred prayer center for worshippers and believers from Ghana and other countries who visit there to have closer interaction with God. Reverend Sean had said strategic partnership for investment with the District Assembly would not only help to improve the spiritual renewal, but the socio-economic development of the people in the area, and called on the people of the Abusia community to keep their environment clean to make the place attractive to people. business, Parliament on Thursday, December 17, 2020, passed the Anti-Money Laundering Bill. The bill is to upgrade the existing anti-money laundering regulatory framework to make it more consistent with international standards. According to Chairperson of the Finance Committee, Mark Asibe-Yabua, the bill, when assented to by the President, was also empower the Financial Intelligence Center by ensuring adequate funding and logistics to clamp down on tourism, money laundering, and also investigate the unexplained wealth of citizens. Mr. Asibe-Yabua is confident that Ghana will soon be taken off the European Union's money laundering blacklist due to the strengthening of its financial laws. The government of the origins of illegal obtained money, typically by means of transfers involving foreign banks or legitimate businesses. And still in business, the Ghana Investment Promotion Center and Invest for Jobs, an initiative that the German Federal Ministry for Economic Cooperation and Development on Thursday signed an agreement worth $762,300 to mobilize investments and promote job-creating growth of enterprise. The cooperation between two parties will address investment promotion challenges reinforced by the coronavirus pandemic to help maintain and create new jobs in Ghana. The special initiative on training and job creation, the official title of Invest for Jobs, is implemented, among others, by the Dutch international body. A further focus of the cooperation between the two parties includes supporting potential investors who, due to COVID-19 restrictions, are unable to travel to Ghana to obtain relevant information. The Memorandum of Understanding was signed by the head of Special Initiative on Training and Job Creation and on behalf of the JPIC.
The implementation agreement represents the first long-term cooperation between GIPC and the German corporation in Ghana. The GIPC has always been at the fore of successful investment promotion in Ghana and contributes to making Ghana one of the most important place for doing business in West Africa, but also within the continent. Let me also acknowledge the success of the campaign. We heard it earlier, Grow in Ghana, Grow with Ghana, which contributes to the outreach of business success in Ghana and internationally, and inspires investors to seize opportunities available in the country.
Contribution, financial contribution, facilitated by GIZ is the amount of 762,300 euros. And it goes to actually facilitate some specific areas. I mean, we've already received 390,000, it's in a bank account, and we are using it for various initiatives, specific initiatives. We believe strongly that our critical key focus areas, especially under the SDGs, is SDG 1 and SDG 17, the first and the last. Now, SDG 1.
And now in sports, Warriors Kumasi Asante Kotoko have sacked their head coach, Maxwell Kunedu, ending his 3-year contract with the Ghanaian side. According to the club, assistant coach Johnson Smith takes over immediately as the acting head coach. News of the dismissal of Maxwell Kunedu comes in hours after their defeat to Accra Great Olympics in the Ghana Premier League on Thursday, December 17, 2020. A Twitter post by Asante Kotoko cited by Kasi News read, management of Kotoko Sporting Club wishes to inform the general public that it has decided to part ways with coach Maxwell Kunedu as its head coach with immediate effect. Coach Johnson Smith has been appointed to lead the team in the interim. And now in entertainment, sensational gospel musician Celestine Donko has emphasized that she does not doubt prophecies uttered by some men of God in the country on Thursday, December 17th, 2020. That Railway hit Songress made the statement when she was asked about her opinion on false prophecies by some men of God who face a backlash and mockery of the public concerning what turned out to be false prophecies. The famous gospel musician also said that the Bible says the Spirit of God does not give us fear but power, sound mind and discipline, and anything that breaks fear is demonic. She also admonished pastors to find way of speaking to their members to bring sound mind to them in a mature and Christian way. The God of Storms singer also revealed that she is about to reverse and release new songs. The Daughters of Glorious Jesus and the Afro Music Songress Efia, which will be Thanksgiving song for the Christmas and beyond, featuring the High Life Krona Akabua. International front, more than 300 schoolboys have been reunited with their families a week after they were kidnapped from their school in the northwest Nigeria. The boys arrived in the state's capital, Katsina, by gas. Reporters said they looked tired and worried, but otherwise said some were still wearing their school uniforms, while others clutched gray blankets. The 11 December attack on the school in Kankara town was claimed by the Islamist militant group Boko Haram. It remains unclear if all those captured have now been released.
I started hearing gunshots. Then when I came out, there were many people already outside. We were asked to go back to our hostel. Then they said the gunmen were already in the school. We climbed the school fence, but they asked us to return back. We thought they were soldiers who were trying to protect us, but unfortunately they were not.
Usama used all his wits to try and survive.
When I decided to run, they brought a knife to slaughter me, but I ran away quickly. I ran into the crowd, but they couldn't get me.
And that will be all for this week's edition on Weekly Ritual. For more news updates, you can log on to our social media handles at Kasi Television. My name has been Sally Nanaikuya. A very big thank you goes to my crew, to my makeup artist at Happy's Makeover, to my hairstylist at Afrojoy Naturals. Contact on 0240-6262-79, to my executive producer at Elder Dominic Brache, and to you who watch me as well. See you same time next week. Have a great afternoon and enjoy your Christmas. Merry Christmas.